A man has been arrested in connection to the demise of Adam Johnson. We already know who this is. Let's be real. But I'm wondering, was this intentional or no? What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on all my social medias, The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that like button down below. And let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on Facebook, make sure you crush that follow button on my Facebook page if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, I got to get into this story. Now, listen, guys, this is a new one for me. I've been seeing it percolating out here in these streets. People have been talking about it. And this is a very interesting one, and it's still extremely devastating. A man has been arrested in connection to the demise, the loss of life while on ice. Okay, this young hockey player by the name of Adam Johnson. He lost his life while playing hockey, doing what he loves, doing what he does best. And there's been a lot of debate out here in these streets. People have been talking about the man who actually was the cause of this young man's demise. Apparently, his skate got up into the air and struck Adam Johnson in the neck, causing him to lose his life. I have to use these code words and all that, but you get it. A skate to this area is very serious. And some people are out here thinking that this is full on intentional, that he intended to hurt him, to knock him down with his leg, but maybe, of course, didn't expect it to end up the way it did. And I can't show you the footage. It's way too graphic. It's way too terrible to look at. I recommend you guys go and look at it when you can. It's all over internet. Okay. It's all over the social medias. Trust and believe. But of course, the person that I'm talking about that is involved in this, his name is Matt Petgrave. Okay, he's been known to be, allegedly, he has been known to be very rough out here, especially on the ice, just being rough, like a goon, I guess, for lack of a better term. All right. And now this man, Matt Petgrave, went out of his way to lift his leg and do what ended up happening. And of course, what ended up happening to this young man, Adam. So there has been an arrest. And the funny thing is, they have not identified the person, but let's be real. We all know who this is. We know exactly who this person is. It's most definitely Matt. He's the only person who was the one to cause this young man's life to perish. Let's be real, okay? And I will say this before we jump into this article, and we got a couple articles to look at here. I will say this. I do believe that it could have been, it was not intentional. I don't think he actually wanted to take this man's life. I'm sure Matt is right now reeling at home or in a cell right now, just regretful, filled with pain and suffering himself. We all want to do what we love to do. We all, if you are an athlete, we all want to play. We all want to do our passions. And I'm sure Matt did not want this to go the way that it went. And unfortunately, it did. So a man has been arrested in the manslaughter of Nottingham Panthers player Adam Johnson after his demise last month. The 29-year-old ice hockey star was unalived after a skate did this to his neck. Okay, in a collision during a match against the Sheffield Steelers on October 28th. Let's be real. Everybody and their mom was talking about this. Okay. People were reacting to this video. Even people who do not hockey were reacting to this video. It is devastating what happened here. About 8,000 fans watched in horror as attempts were made to save Johnson's life as he lay leaking out, for lack of a better term, on the ice. Okay. Shielded by players after the collision with Steelers star Matt Petgrave, before later dying, losing his life of his injuries in the hospital. A coroner's inquest was opened into Johnson's death last week before being adjourned until January 2024. So the police of South Yorkshire have released a statement confirming that the man remains in police custody after his arrest on Tuesday. Okay, so today, or at least the recording of this video today. This is Matt, just so you guys know, the man who has been arrested. All right. Now, a statement said detectives have today, Tuesday, November 14th, arrested a man on suspicion of that word here. I can't say that anymore. He remains in police custody at the time, or at this time. On Saturday, October 28th, Adam, age 29, was seriously injured during the game between Nottingham Panthers and the Sheffield Steelers and was sadly later pronounced deceased in hospital. A postmortem examination confirmed he passed as a result of a fatal neck injury. Now, the thing is I know a lot of people are going to feel some type of way about this, okay? A lot of people are very angry about this, about what happened. A lot of people think that this was intentional. There's a lot of people that think that this is just a straight up accident. It's extremely polarizing and it has been split in the room. But no matter what, this is still devastating. I do believe that this was an accident. I don't think it was intentional to have this man not stand back up off the ice and skate off and continue playing. I do think that this was a mistake, but excessive force was used in this situation for sure. And what's interesting is that they have not made, they have not said who they have arrested. We all know who it is, but because he's the only culprit, he's the only one caught on film doing this thing, causing this young man to lose his life. Okay. But the police have not said anything until he actually is booked, okay? Until he actually gets charges put on his head. But let me continue on. Let me read a little bit more of this, okay? Our investigation launched immediately following this tragedy, and we have been carrying out extensive inquiries ever since to piece together the events which led to the loss of Adam in these unprecedented circumstances. We have been speaking to highly specialized experts in their field to assist in our inquiries and continue to work closely with the Health and Safety Department at Sheffield City Council, which is supporting our ongoing investigation. Adam's demise has sent shockwaves through many communities, from our local residents here in Sheffield to ice hockey fans across the world. Yes, everyone is shook. Everyone is shook, okay? Everyone. We know these communities will expect us to handle this investigation with the same professionalism, fairness, and sensitivity as any other, and request that members of the public refrain from comment and speculation which could hinder this process. I have to be honest. I agree. People are going to be going absolutely crazy, okay, with their speculations, trying to turn this into something that it's not. I'm telling you right now, that is the problem with this. Instantly, they see something like this, which I do think that it is an accident. Okay. I'm sure he was doing some unnecessary roughness, but I don't think he wanted to take this man off this planet. Now, should he get the charges that are coming for him? I leave that up to you guys. I leave that up to y'all. Okay. But nonetheless, this is very, very sad. Very, very sad. And if he has a history of being too rough, he's learning something now. That lesson's being learned right now. Okay. Let's continue here really quick. It says last weekend, hockey fans showed their support for Johnson and Petgrave at the Sheffield Steelers' first match since the incident. In tribute to the Panthers player, more than 8,000 fans observed a moment of silence. And of course, a big round of applause as players tapped their sticks on the ice ahead of the Steelers 2-1 win against Coventry Blaze on Sunday. Now, the family has spoken out, are speaking out, okay, as a man arrested after the ice hockey's stars tragedy, okay, because I got to use these code words here. But they have said here, all right, that they, of course, they're devastated here, okay? The family of Adams is absolutely devastated, okay? Reacting to the news from her home in Kelly Lake, Minnesota. That's where he's originally from, or he's from Minnesota, in the U.S. Adam's grieving aunt, Carrie Johnson, said, "We're just going to have to let it play out and see what happens. Whatever they've decided, I would have had to live with it. But I'm just glad they're being diligent with doing what they're supposed to be doing." A postmortem examination confirmed the American's COD, cause of demise, was as a neck injury. What has been seen on camera says enough. Now, I know they're going to be doing as much investigation because I'm sure they're trying to understand certain things. I mean, there's certain things like culture of the game, certain rules of the game, and all that. Because let's be real, let's not forget, if that is if that's a move that hockey players use, then they might be looking at it differently than they would have if that's a move that's not a move that's used in hockey. And I will tell you this, I know a tiny bit of hockey, and I ain't never seen anyone do that move ever. I've seen sticks to the faces. I've seen checks. I've seen people get into brawls. I've seen all that stuff. Okay. And by the way, y'all, if y'all haven't seen a hockey game in person, y'all need to go see it. It's lit. Okay. But I've seen all kinds of craziness on the ice. Okay. But I have never, ever, 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 ever seen somebody do something like he did in that video. Again, it's up to the police on what they're going to do. And I do agree that the public needs to kind of tranquilo, sit on the back, and just let them do what they do best in investigating this whole situation. But I will say this, that was excessive. Obviously, it was unnecessary. But then I still ask you guys, do you think this was intentional or not? Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do not forget to hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube. Turn on that notification bell and set it to all so you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, because it be random. And also, if you're watching on Facebook, please be sure to crush that follow button over there on my Facebook page. That'll be greatly appreciated. And of course, it'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family on both platforms. Anyway, guys, it's time to get going. And of course, my thoughts and prayers go out to Adam's family. May they heal. May they get time to grieve, because that's what they absolutely deserve right now. Instead of the speculations, everyone needs to give them nothing but healing energy and wonderful positive vibrations right now. But anyway, I digress. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.